Hello guys, welcome to the part 2 of the blog app UI tutorial. So the last tutorial we actually made the navbar, all these links, the blog post section, homepage, and we stopped right here where we didn't style the input. And also one thing I wanted to point out is we also want to style this, put some padding and get it right in the middle of that blog section. Also, if you guys are new to this series, there is also a part 1 to this series, so I'll leave a link to it in the description down below, and let's get started. So we want to style this input section now. Minimize that. So here I have a div with the class of input section, and I have h2 input and a text area. So go right down. I'll say, by the way, for this section we're going to be styling the input, and creating the contact us page might not take less than 15 minutes to make. So I'll say input section dot input section. We want to give the display to flex direction column. So if we put flex direction column, it's going to look like this. So let's get ahead by adding some margin for the top and bottom for around 15 pixels, and auto for the left and right, so it gets aligned to the middle. We also want to add some width, which is going to be right around 70%, and then we will put auto. It's going to align it. We also want to make it a little bit smaller, so I should say around 90%. No, should around 50%. That's good. So now we want to target the input section h2. We want to put some margin on the top and bottom for around 10 pixels, and 0 for the left and right, just like that. We also want to target the input that's in the input section, which is the name input, and give it a margin bottom of 10 pixels, and give it some padding. So we want to give a padding of 10 pixels on the top, 10 pixels, 10 pixels, 10 pixels. Let's see how it looks. It doesn't make a difference. With section input, this one. So I'll see padding 30 pixels. I'll save it right there. So we don't want it like that. So we want the padding to be 10 pixels on the top. So if you see, it's like that. This is correct. So 10 pixels. So we want a border radius of 3 pixels and a border of 1 pixels of solid. We want kind of off black color, kind of short black color. So a color like that. We also want it a little bit lighter. So you could use the Visual Studio Code plugin or extension or something. So the same styling is going to go for the text area. So say dot import section text area. I pasted, but the only difference is going to be the padding. So for the padding, for the top we need 10 pixels. For the left we need around 15 pixels. For the bottom we need about 65 pixels and 10 pixels, just like that. So just like that, it's going to look good. So once we click, we can add and stuff. We also want a button, so I forgot that. So right below the text area you could add a button. You don't necessarily need a class for this, but we could say submit. I guess that's also going to be given a random full width. So copy that. The same stylings. So input section, we want to target the button and paste that in. Instead we need the padding to be 15 pixels. If we take a look, that's how I want it to be. Also want to increase the font size a little bit. Font size to around 19 pixels. Not that accurate, but it's kind of good. Make the what we want to make. cursor pointer. So that's perfectly fine. Now we can go ahead and get started with the contact us page. So now we are dealing with a new page here. So for the href, want to make it go to contact.html, and let's create a new file called contact.html. But we don't need a new style.css. We can use the same thing. Yeah, we could use the same thing. So here is a new one. I'll copy the same one, which is the same title. This is going to be blog app. Also the style sheet, I'm going to be using the style.css. Sorry guys, the style.css. And then you could go to the contact us, where the contact.html is passed in, but there's nothing in the HTML. That's what we're going to be doing now. So in the HTML we need import. So dot import. Inside the import we want a couple of things. We want an h1 saying contact us, and then we want import with a class of name, and the placeholder will say name. We'll copy that, paste it twice. Sorry guys, we paste it twice. So this class we want email, this class is password, and the type is also going to be password, because we don't want it to be like showing the password as we type. So we'll change the placeholder there, placeholder there as well. Also here we want a text area. We don't need any of this name, id, column, rows. We only want a class saying text area. We can include a placeholder if we want, so let's include a placeholder. We'll say message. So if now we take a look, it's going to look like that. So let's go to the style.css. We actually linked it. So we'll say contact us page. Let's highlight that a little bit. So down here, if I say input, I want to display it flex and put the flex direction to column, and column reverse column. So it's going to get below each other. Also we want to have a width of 60% and have a margin of 50 pixels on the top and bottom, and auto on the left and right, just like that. We also want to make it a little bit down, so 150. Yeah, that's great. So now for the input class that contains the input, yeah, all the inputs, we need a margin bottom of 15 pixels. Now if we do take a look, yeah, so we need a padding of 10 pixels, just like that. We need a border radius of 3 pixels and a border color of 1 pixels solid, this color which we used back in our leave a comment section. So we want to style the message part as well. The reason why the input styles are getting added to all of this is because we have input forms for everything. Even though the types are different, the styling is going to be applied to the same thing. So now we want to style for the input text area. Pretty much the same thing as I was saying before, only the padding is different. So I'll actually copy this padding styles, paste it right here for the text area. Also it's not going to be the same thing. We want to space it out a little bit as well. So I'll say around 80 pixels will do the job. Also want to decrease the width because it does not look like the contact us form. Also for the import h1, I think h1, right? Yeah, we want to make the font size a little bit bigger, sorry, around 35 pixels, and we want to give a margin bottom of 20 pixels. Yeah, we also want to increase the padding right there, 400 pixels. And for the contact us body, what I'm going to do, because we can't actually access the body because we already have a styling for the body in our style of CSS. Yeah, it's obviously there. If you put a body styling in style of CSS, it's going to be applied for the index.html as well, which we don't want. So I'll have here contact body. So I'll go ahead and copy this, come right down, because this is the input section, right? So I'll say contact body, and then I'll add a background, and I have a linear gradient on the RGB, just for checking. I want the RGB to be a little bit of a black color, just like that. But now you can change it, so want it to be kind of a blue gradient, one there, and I want one to be a little bit dark, so a little bit down. That's good. So as you guys probably might have guessed, it does not look good, not a UI expert or something, so but it's fine, can do the job. Also for the contact us page, contact us text, sorry, we want to increase the font size. No, actually, you know what, 30 pixels. Yeah, we'll make it 30 pixels, make that white as well. We'll make the, sorry guys, color white, and make the text decoration underline, but we also want a color which is going to be the blue color that we used. Obviously you can't see it now, so I'll make it a little bit darker, just like that. It doesn't look good, but you know, that's fine. So button with the class of submit. So if we check this out, we also have input section button. We'll also say dot import button, so the same values are going to be applied right here as well. So let's see how many minutes. 14 minutes. Now that's great guys, we actually managed to do it in a couple of minutes. The comment sections, the contact us page, the only thing we have is a merchandise page, which we have not yet built, which may take time, which I also forgot is this padding. So let's go ahead and do that. Right here, blog h2, get some padding for around 20 pixels. Also for the p tag, we need a padding of 20 pixels. Minimize that. This is too much. Okay. The padding, we can make it 10. We also can reduce the margin on the other padding, I'm sorry, here. So that is pretty much okay. I mean guys, this is kind of a project in order to understand the basics of HTML and kind of like show you guys how to go about doing a project. It's not kind of a UI based, and I'm also thinking of making some Photoshop tutorials for you guys. If you guys are interested, make sure to leave a comment down below, and so leave a like. Also subscribe to this channel guys if you guys haven't. If you guys are new, please make sure to subscribe. Don't click on the subscribe button again if you guys have already subscribed, because you might unsubscribe. So make sure to subscribe to my channel guys if you haven't. Leave a like, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.